Okay, Lisa, vegetables, Forlissimo. Forlissimo. We talked about inversions. So the standard C is called 5-3, the standard any chord. That's because the outer voices make the interval of a fifth, and an interval is a two-note pair, whereas a chord is three or more. And then the inner voices make the interval of a third. So we say 5-3, put it together, and you have a 5-3 chord, a fifth and a third. So an F 5-3 looks like this, and a G 5-3, and so forth. Now this tells you nothing about what the left hand should do. You could support it with a fifth or an octave. So the left hand just plays intervals, which are two-note combinations, and the right hand plays a chord. I'm just going to go ahead and support it with a fifth. You can vary it to taste as you're doing this exercise. And then you want to invert the right hand. So now we put the C on top. So we get C 6-3, 6-3, 6-3. And so the fingering is generally 1-2-5. So C 5-3, you can make it like the Billy Joel rhythm, C 6-3. And then the next one up is C 6-4, 6, 4th, 6, 4th, 6-4. Then back to 5-3, and work your way back down. So if I change to an octave in left hand, it doesn't affect the exercise at all. All these are written on the page just as C. If I want to be really specific, I can say 6-4, 6-3, or 5-3. But if you're with a more experienced musician, you just write C. They know all those things are possible, and they can use them to taste. Now the other idea is using the left hand to create slash chords, which means new notes that are in the bass besides the root note. So here you want to start with a C 5-3, then put E in the bass. Okay, this would be written C/E, which means a C chord above a B bass. So the bass is always on the bottom of the fraction. So C/E, or C over E, we say. C over G, back to C. Okay, we can try other things. C over B, C over A, C over G. This is the pop trick. The idea of a slash chord, or sort of a bass inversion. But these really aren't inversions so much as different voicings, meaning different organizations of the three notes that are possible. And if you start to feel good about that, start with an F chord and do the same thing. 6-3, 6-4, 5-3, work your way back down. You'll remember that C, F, and G are all in group one because they have the same dimensions, so to speak. They're all white when they're major chords, and they all have one black key when they're minor. That's it, friend. Keep working on your song and think about the left-hand part integrated into that chart. It's always just a choice of a fifth or an octave, and it's typically mostly ergonomic, trying to make it feel natural, and partially musical, trying to make the shape of the phrase sound nice. Have fun.